In a world teeming with life, where hustle and bustle are constant, what happens when silence prevails? When cities become ghost towns and memories echo through empty streets? Prepare for a journey through time and desolation, as we explore the 10 largest abandoned cities in the world. Stay till the end though, because number 1 will truly leave you speechless. Pripyat Ukraine. A city sculpted by the dreams of the Soviet Union now lays trapped in time. It was once a symbol of progress, a model city constructed in the 1970s to house the workers and their families at the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It was a thriving community of approximately 50,000 residents, with schools, hospitals and parks. Its centrepiece, the iconic Ferris wheel at the amusement park, was scheduled to open just days after what turned out to be the world's worst nuclear disaster. In the early hours of April 26, 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, casting a radioactive cloud over Pripyat. The city was evacuated though in a matter of hours, turning it into a complete ghost town overnight. Today, Pripyat stands as a chilling testament to the suddenness of disaster. Nature is gradually reclaiming the city, with trees sprouting through the concrete and wildlife wandering the streets. The once vibrant community now echoes with the silent whispers of its past, serving as a haunting reminder of the power and peril of nuclear energy. Ordos China. Rising from the deserts of Inner Mongolia, this city was designed to be a symbol of China's rapid economic growth. Planned and built to accommodate over 1 million residents, it was expected to become a thriving hub with its futuristic architecture, spacious public parks, and state-of-the-art facilities. The city boasts architectural marvels like the Ordos Museum, designed by the renowned architectural firm Mad Architects. Its sprawling housing projects, luxurious villas, and skyscrapers paint a picture of grandeur that is truly a sight to behold. But the promise of Ordos never materialized. The global economic downturn, coupled with a local housing bubble bursting, left the city largely vacant. The anticipated population boom didn't occur, turning this symbol of progress into a modern ghost town. Today, the streets of Ordos echo with silence. Its high-rises and sprawling residential areas remain mostly empty. The city, once filled with grand dreams of prosperous future, now stands as a stark reminder of economic vulnerability and implications of rapid urbanization. Varosha Cyprus. This once booming tourist destination was the jewel of the Mediterranean, attracting the rich and famous from around the globe. It was known as the Riviera of Cyprus, with miles of pristine beaches, luxury hotels, and a vibrant nightlife. In the 1970s, Varosha was a glittering metropolis, hosting celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. Its golden sands and turquoise waters were a symbol of luxury and leisure. A city pulsing with life, it was the place to be seen. But in 1974, the Turkish invasion of Cyprus changed everything. The inhabitants of Varosha fled in the wake of advancing troops, expecting to return once the situation normalized, but the city was fenced off and has remained uninhabited since then. Today, Varosha is a ghost city. Its high-rise hotels stand empty and the once bustling streets are silent. The window panes are shattered, balconies are collapsing, and nature is reclaiming its space. A haunting testament to conflict and displacement, this city is a poignant reminder of the cost of war. Plymouth Montserrat. Nestled in the Caribbean, this city was once the bustling capital of the island of Montserrat, a jewel of the British West Indies. In its heyday, Plymouth was a thriving city, alive with the rhythm of Caribbean culture. Its markets were filled with the vibrant colours of tropical fruits and the voices of its people, while its streets echoed with the sounds of calypso music. But in 1995, the Soufriere Hills volcano, which had been dormant for centuries, awakened. A series of eruptions over 2 years buried the city under a layer of ash and mud, forcing the inhabitants to flee. Today, Plymouth stands as a modern-day Pompeii. More than 2/3 of the island remains an exclusion zone, and the city is eerily silent. Its buildings, half buried in ash, stand as a reminder of the power of nature and the impermanence of human endeavour. Fordlandia Brazil. Deep within the Amazon rainforest lies the remains of what was once an ambitious project by an American industrial magnate, Henry Ford. In the 1920s, Ford conceived of Fordlandia as part of his plan to establish a rubber plantation for his automobile manufacturing, free from British control. His vision for the city was grand. He planned a utopia with American-style houses, hospitals, and even a golf course in the middle of the rainforest. But the dream quickly soured. Ford faced significant challenges in his ambitious project, from the inhospitable terrain, diseases, and workers' revolts to the failure of rubber trees to thrive in the plantation. Today, Fordlandia stands as a rusting relic of ambition gone awry. The American-style houses are being swallowed by the rainforest, and the once bustling city is now a haunting monument to a utopian dream that was not to be. Kaskantyu Hungary. Tucked away in the Hungarian countryside, Kaskantyu was planned as a model agricultural city during the socialist era. In the 1970s and 80s, Kaskantyu was a symbol of modern agricultural progress, complete with well-equipped residential buildings, schools, and even a football stadium. However, the decline of the socialist regime also saw the decline of Kaskantyu. Fukushima, Japan. In 2011, this city was at the epicenter of a catastrophic event that would change its very fate forever. In March 2011, a powerful earthquake triggered a massive tsunami that caused a nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The resulting radiation forced a mass evacuation of the city, turning it into a modern ghost town. Today, despite decontamination efforts, large parts of the city remain uninhabited due to high levels of radiation. Time seems to have stopped in Fukushima, with abandoned houses and deserted streets echoing with the silence of a city that once was. Agdam Azerbaijan. Once a thriving city with a population of about 40,000 people, Agdam now stands as a haunting monument to the ravages of war. Before the Nagorno-Karabakh War in the early 90s, Agdam was a bustling city known for its textile industry and rich cultural heritage. But the war changed everything. During this conflict, Agdam was heavily bombarded and its inhabitants were forced to flee. After the war though, the city was abandoned and just left in ruin. Today, Agdam stands as a ghost city, its buildings are crumbling and its streets overgrown with vegetation. And it's a looming reminder of the devastation yet again the war can bring. Kolmanskop, Namibia. In the early 20th century, this town was at the centre of a diamond rush that attracted miners from all over the world. At its height, Kolmanskop was a bustling town which was complete with a hospital, ballroom, power station, school, and even the first X-ray station in the southern hemisphere. But when the diamond fields dried up, so did the town. Today, Kolmanskop is a ghost town with sand-filled homes and decaying structures. It stands as a poignant reminder of the transient nature of wealth, as the desert slowly reclaims what was once a symbol of opulence and prosperity. Hashima Island, Japan. Also known as Gunkajima or Battleship Island, due to its resemblance to a military warship, this island city stands as the most fascinating abandoned city in the whole world. From the late 1800s to 1974, Hashima Island was home to a rich undersea coal mine. At its peak, the city was one of the most densely populated places on Earth, housing over 5,000 people in high-rise apartment blocks. But when petroleum replaced coal in the 1960s, the mines began to shut down, and the island was swiftly abandoned. The city, once a bustling hive of activity, fell into an eerie silence. But today though, Hashima Island is a ghost city. Its deserted high-rises and desolate streets tell of the island's industrial past. Time stands still on this isolated island, echoing the lives of those who once called it home. And there you have it, a journey through the most captivating abandoned cities in the world, each one of them holding a mirror to humanity's past, reflecting ambitions, triumphs, and tragedies. If you enjoyed this video and you want to explore more fascinating corners of our world, make sure to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss out on the next adventure. Now, if you're still curious and you want to keep on exploring, check out this next video for a completely new story. Which of these abandoned cities was your favourite? And have you ever been to any of them? Let me know in the comments down below.